Well, hopefully you guys can hear me. It's a bit of an impromptu. Happy Friday. If you are listening, please let me know in the chat how my audio is. 1 through 10. How does it sound? Welcome in Fire 1781. That is quite the avatar. What is that? Like a blow up doll? With special needs? Jason Voorhees, maybe? What's up, Don? Good to see you. Silver Leaf. Appreciate that. It's amazing. Brian Soler, 9.3. What is this? The Olympics? This ain't figure skating. Sherry, what's up? What do I look like? Nancy Kerrigan? Tanya Harding? Serena, whatever? If anybody's feeling froggy, there you go. Call in link. What are you up to, Don? What have you been up to? Anybody? There's the link. Otherwise, happy Friday. We're at about the 3-minute mark. We'll give everybody an opportunity to show up. But honestly, anybody feeling like they want to call in, there you go. Hit that link. Don says, man, I've been busy in a good way. Absolutely. Good for you. You know, sounds like you're busy in the way only true Americans could hope to be. Looks like we have Fishy in the building. What's up, Fishy? How's your Friday going? Brian, what's up? Nostalgia. Late night Fridays watching the show Cheaters. Cheaters was awesome. You remember when that fucking guy I don't I'm pretty sure he survived, but I think he got stabbed. Was that real? But yeah, I used to watch Cheaters too. That was a good one. But then again, you know, I when Blair Witch first came out, I thought it was real. You remember when they put that fake documentary out before the movie was ever released? Yeah, they fucking got me with that shit. Fool me once. Thanks, Fire. Eli, what up? Good to see you. Nice. Soccer's a good sport. I'm pretty good at soccer. I've played it my whole life. Boston, what's going on? Oh, good lord. Miss Parker. Miss Parker. Eli. What up, Big Perm? I mean, Big Worm.
He gonna cry in the car.
Man, my mama gave me that chain. The hell's going on here? This looks like a slot machine. Yeah, I can't explain it, Eli. It was my day off. It was my day off, bro. Said they had me on camera or something. What is up, Anthony France? So honestly, we're just chilling, guys. Just picture us running into each other on the street. If you want to join me live, you can hit that link. It's like the back patio of a bar. You know, when you really want a cigarette, but you're not a smoker. You're like, hey, can I bum a cigarette? Hi, Awatha. How you doing? Good to see you. All right. Looks like what up to Fire 1781, Don Spain, the Silver Leaf, Brian Solera, Sherry Faye, Fishy, aka Big Fish, aka Big Fish Small Pond, Eli, Anthony France, Brian says, I know you probably don't want to talk about true crime, but that case of David has been getting crazier and crazier. Brian, why wouldn't I want to talk about true crime when it seems like that's all I talk about? Ask my wife. Like, we have a deal, right? When we're together, we watch movies that we both want to watch. And then occasionally we find shows that we both want to watch. But usually when I'm alone, I'm watching like Signs of a Psychopath, First 48, Unsolved Mysteries, Cold Case Files. You know what I mean? Teresa Green says, Hey, Sleuth, do you think this country is going to end up being in here? What? Gonna end up being in here pretty soon. Good, good. Out on the patio waiting on you to fire up that spliff for my birthday. Fire in the hole. Boom. Let's light it up. Light that shit up. Pass the Dutchie upon the left hand side. Thought you knew. Brian Solera, I like the murder tapes on ID. There you go. I'm gonna hit the streets out here in Phoenix, and we're gonna ask. I don't know how I'm gonna ask it yet, but I'm thinking it's gonna be something along the lines like, "How do you true crime?" or "Do you true crime?" Something like that. Unless you guys can think of something better. Remember, we're talking about perfect strangers. It's gonna be like the bar scene, clubs. Like shit's gonna be popping. People are gonna be drunk. Should be pretty interesting. Oh, let's see. Teresa Green. Hey, you think our country's going to end up in war here pretty soon? With who? I see potential war on a few different fronts. But if right, there's a mandate, right? You can't say, "Hey, there's a mandate over here," and then you do a bunch of crazy shit, and then over here you just forget the rest of the mandate. Part of Trump's mandate is that we're not going to get into any more wars. So it was basically secure the border. For me, it was secure the border and then stop World War III. How do you true crime? Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know if it's legal to maybe make a sign because I'm gonna walk around. We're gonna be live streaming, so it's gonna be like a 4-city tour. We're gonna start with Gilbert because Phoenix is like this huge. It's like a huge city. It's called the Phoenix Metropolitan Valley, and Phoenix is actually made up of a bunch of like cities. So you have Gilbert, Mesa, Scottsdale, Tempe. You have all these other places, right? So I'm gonna do like a quick little tour through there, and basically like on a Friday night between, let's say, I don't know, 11 and 2 a.m. People are gonna be all fucked up. You know what I mean? It's gonna be interesting. So I don't know if it would be best to just kind of hold a sign that says "How do you true crime?" and then people kind of look at it like, "How do you true crime?" and they're like, "What is that?" And then boom, that's like the icebreaker. You know what I mean? Just jump right in, like, "Hey, blah 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 blah." Teresa says, "I love cheaters. I was married I think you met a couple of times." Does that mean somebody cheated on you? Brian Solera. First thing is the war on free speech. I don't know. I feel like the The First Amendment and the Second Amendment are more secure now than ever. Honestly. Cindy, what's up? It's good to see you. How you doing? Boston says hi, Watha. Bunch of Oktoberfest stuff. Might have someone confessing to a murder live on stream. That'd be crazy. Imagine. Hey, if you're running the camera, once I get into the position, where I feel like I can do that, that's what I'm going to do. We're just going to run the camera and we're going to be out and about getting fucking nosy. Happy birthday to your daughter. Our world has gotten so crazy. Either you hear about war or you hear about aliens or you hear about murder. You're afraid to lay down and sleep at night. Stop being afraid. All those things can be happening, but being afraid is a choice. And sometimes being afraid is good, you know, especially like before a fight. You want to be afraid. That's good to be afraid. You want to be afraid, but you don't want to be too afraid to where you make mistakes or you unnecessarily retreat. But yeah, you want to be afraid. You want to have like that nervous energy that makes you twitchy. It's an instinct we have. You want to be twitchy. Twitchy's good. Twitchy is like it's kind of where you tap in just to your basic instincts. Somebody's attacking you, and before you know it, your hands just bop, smacking them right in the mouth. And you're like, oh shit, where'd that come from? It's like muscle memory. And honestly, guys, it doesn't really take much to like stop somebody. Like a quick jab to the mouth, boom. You could bust somebody's mouth wide open. I can already see it. The Gilbert 7 True Crime Doc by Patrick V, aka Sleuth Intuition. Yeah, there you go, Anthony. Don't be afraid. Be prepared. I don't know. I think it's okay to be afraid. But I think fear is made to be to be overcome. Overcame. Brian says, I find Arizona is a state that holds a lot of mysteries. I love Arizona. I've been to a lot of states, and I don't want to go anywhere. I love Arizona. This place is amazing. It's a pretty yeah, we're right there politically. We're right in the middle. Sometimes we go conservative, sometimes we go liberal. That's where you should be. Like that's healthy. That's what I love about Arizona. Very pleasant state, and overall, On both sides, it's pro Second and pro First Amendment, which is important to me. What's up? Never a believer. Okay, so I'm prior mill, so am always aware of exits and always have preparations. Yeah, just be aware of your surroundings constantly. You know, it's okay to be that weird family member who's kind of always looking around. Situational awareness, you just never know. You might catch something just be aware. It's okay. What's more important, being aware of your surroundings or being called kind of strange? Sherry, I hate that you can't be comfortable outside anymore, anywhere, not even in your own yard. Well, you can, Sherry. You can. It's just going to take some effort. You have to stand up for what's right. You have to vote. You can't just let people trample all over your rights and your God given rights. But yeah, voting, even if you have to remain anonymous, silent, that's the way it used to be. You don't have to go around telling everybody what you're doing. But vote, yeah. Vote, get your entire family to vote. Anybody who is of age in your family, motivate them to vote. And ask them, like, what are you up to? Like, who are you voting for? And ask them why. Try to educate them. Shit, maybe they'll educate you. Yes, it's very balanced state. Would you say New Mexico? Fuck New Mexico. Hell no. That's a liberal. New Mexico, Colorado, New York, California. Yeah, shitholes. Great. The people are great. I have family in New Mexico. But as far as politics and the way things are going, yeah, it's gross. Yeah, you'll never catch me moving to New Mexico. Is there a cheap, safe trailer retirement home by you? Um, that's yes. Basically, anywhere in Phoenix, that answer is a yes. The question is there a cheap, safe trailer retirement home by you? I don't care where you're at. I don't care if you're in Apache Junction, Scottsdale, Peoria, Surprise, Fountain Hills. That is a true statement when it comes to Arizona. Is there a cheap, safe? Well, I don't know about safe. Yeah, I don't know about the safe part. I have to double check. Anthony, what's great about Arizona? Living there, not political issues. I've never been there, but the food is good. Yeah, it's really not that political, honestly. People would assume it's like pro mag or whatever, but it's not. It's pretty much right in the middle. You never know which way it's going to fall during a presidential election, left or right. I think that's good. I think that's healthy. I think that's how it should be. What's up, BN? Good to see you. Hiawatha, my dream is to live in northern Arizona. You talking like Flagstaff, Page, near the Grand Canyon? Yeah, Page, Williams. Anywhere? Oh, Sholo up. Well, Sholo, yeah, that's like east. I don't know. You're starting to get into eastern Arizona at that point. Northern Arizona is more like Flagstaff. Sholo is more eastern. Is it hot all year in Arizona? Nope, Sherry. In about a week, It's gonna be cold as shit. It'll be like 75 in the day and then 30 at night. I can't wait. I can't wait for hoodie weather. Like I'm seriously, walks in the morning, walks at night, golfing, get back to golfing, hit the garden. We got the new baby. He can actually go outside now and not be cooked. My dad wants to winter in Arizona. Yeah, that's Snowbird, one of those trailer resorts. There you go. Yeah, hell yeah. That's what I would do. Honestly, if I was a senior over or even over the age of 55, I think is what qualifies you. Yeah, I would do that if I had the money. It's expensive as shit. One of my favorite resorts, I think it's like $1 million for the lot. You purchase the lot and then you pay a fee. I think it's like $1 million. The majority of people, well, at least 10 years ago when I was kind of questioning everybody when I was out there, they're from Canada. Canadians, you know, a boot. That's warmer than here in northern Indiana. Yeah, but we love it. Unfortunately, all the places that we like to go camping, which are in like northern and northeastern Arizona, just going to be blizzards and covered in fucking, I don't know, like 10 feet of snow. Most of the back roads will be completely iced out, uninhabitable, like the fucking North Pole. First time I went, I was in, yeah, Flagstaff is wonderful. It's a cute little town. Sedona used to be great, but it kind of turned into a shithole, unfortunately. That's where I got married. I got married in Sedona. It was beautiful, but I don't know what happened to that place. It's like a I just don't know what happened. Like a tourist attraction. Never a believer. Do you have space for a ADA trainer? What's that? I don't know what that is. Yeah, it's college town. Well, I mean, it's always been a college town. My cousin went there. What's up, Jari? Good to see you. What are you up to?
But I am telling you right now, that back there is not real.
It's very bad. Very bad.
Fucking very, very bad karma.
But I am telling you right now, that back there is not real.
I'm telling you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real. That's funny. Callie Kush. Is this AI because I didn't answer Sleuth's question? Yes. Yes, it is. You better answer my question.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb, I'm smart and I want respect.
Yeah. Yeah, it was amazing. When my cousin was going to college, we would visit when he was having these huge parties. Oh, it was fun. And then a buddy that I was going to college with, he had a job because he was going to school for digital video or whatever. And then he was filming. He was hired to film like a basketball game, like a championship. All he just had to go left, right, zoom in, zoom out. He did that all. So I went and I was like, all right, man, have fun. And then I went and met up with my cousin. And I mean, it's just this big fucking party town. This was like in my 20s. I had fucking fun in my 20s. I don't know about you. I had a great time. Boston, yeah. Albuquerque peppers. What about some Hatch chilies? Definitely a fan of Hatch chilies. Like Albuquerque, Santa Fe, Taos, Angel Fire. That chick reminds me of me after I haven't been getting enough sleep for days, PMSing, and then get full night's sleep and wake up like, damn, I got some apologizing to do. It's like me when I have tequila. Yeah, I don't drink tequila anymore. It's off limits. It's like Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank. We're streaking down to the quad, into the gymnasium. Who's streaking, Frank? Can we stop at KFC? Yeah, no tequila. No tequila for this hombre. You know what I'm saying? Anthony, I was homeless in my 20s. I think everybody was homeless. I mean, I went everywhere. I was homeless in my 20s at one time, but still had a lot. Yeah, I remember starving a few times in my 20s. I remember one time I was living alone, like 10 states away, and my grandmother sent me a box of like energy bars. And somehow that got me through like an entire month. Oh, the good old days. The good old days. I've seen some things. For the one time you were sick and you were like on too much cough medicine, that was pretty funny too. Yeah, it's always cough medicine. I'm pretty sure the only drink I refer to as cough medicine is Jaeger, which is technically like a I don't know, a liqueur or a wine, maybe even. Not sure.
It's our time down here.
Total stranger. I'm calling you Rick and
Look,
Sheila
bro,
like
they're
you're
not
in some kind
serving
of AA
breakfast.
meeting.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Who's this gentleman sitting behind you?
Hello, Miss Lady.
What I do have are a very particular set of skills.
Bro, it's
Skills
it's
I've
me.
acquired over a very long career.
Warriors, come out to play.
I give you $10 million, Tony. Okay,
Damn, that's a lot of money.
$10 million.
Yeah, some of you might not know, but I starred in some of those movies. I put that together just so you kind of like a filmography. You know what I mean?
See your identification.
You don't need to see his identification.
We don't need to see his identification.
Sleuth, you didn't star in shit. What are you talking about? I just showed you. It was a compilation of, all the movies that I starred in. How dare you question my long stretch as a powerhouse in Hollywood? Shameful, Anthony. How dare you? Teresa Green, I lived in Phoenix, Arizona for 6 months. I loved it. Yeah, I lived all over Phoenix. Mesa, Tempe, South Phoenix, West Phoenix, near Glendale. And then plus I've worked like all over the valley. Yeah, I know most of Phoenix like the back of my hand. They all got blocked, Anthony. Let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, West Memphis 3, absolutely. Man, it's crazy to see them fools free. Yep, too bad. They thought wrong. I'm just clicking buttons.
But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again.
Or else. Anthony knew what was up. Maybe they'll figure it out. Let's see what else we got. Here's a good one.
He wasn't right in the hat.
This old intro. Like what, Anthony?
I rest my case.
What?
At what point did you shoot the clerk?
I shot the clerk.
Yes, when did you shoot him?
I shot the clerk.
Hey, Dean, we need you.
Vincent, give me all you got! I swear, me and my brother.
What's up, Anthony?
What's going on, man?
Hold on 1 second. There you go. What's going on with you?
Not much, man.
What's on your mind?
That West Memphis 3 case.
All right. I seen you were kind of chatting something about Jesse.
Yeah. Did you watch that thing Fig put out?
No.
You didn't?
Uh-uh.
No, it was great.
What'd I miss?
Probably nothing you didn't already know, but he kind of put it all in perspective.
What was the angle?
Pretty much proving they did it.
Do you
Man,
think?
I can't believe you didn't watch that.
So you think they did it? You do believe they did it now?
Hey, hang on. I thought you and Fig was cool.
We are.
You didn't watch that, man? That was great.
Mm-mm.
I know you got a new baby on board.
Yeah,
Whatnot.
just been busy.
I know.
Busy.
I get it. He just put it out like last week or whatever. But man, it was pretty good.
Probably just timing.
Yeah, I recommend anybody to watch that, man. He put it together pretty good.
Good.
I've always been, kind of on the other side of the fence. But man, when I watched him lay it all out there, it just kind of. Some people want to look at things and just they can't admit they're wrong. They're like, no, there's no way I'm wrong. It's like they don't want to look at the facts and all that, man. I told you from day one, I never thought they did it. But man, I'm telling you. After I watched that thing that Fig put out, man, it kind of changed my course. You told me a lot of stuff too.
Which part specifically?
Jesse Kelly just knew too much about that crime scene, man.
Yeah, the details, right? That's what did it for me, was him.
Yeah, no, and man, Sluty said a lot of shit that
what
wasn't
about
true.
what about the cult? What about the cult stuff? What did you think about all that?
Yeah,
I seen some. The thing is, when I spent some time in the Midwest as a young kid, I seen shit like that. People doing shit like that. I think
it was more perverted, man. I think it was more perverted. Like they just wanted to do like.
But that's what Satanism is. Like that's what following Aleister Crowley is. It's just perversion. It's rebellion against God.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this Aleister Crowley guy. Well, I probably should look into him.
Yeah, that's who he was following. Damien. That's who he was following.
Yeah,
and
I know.
What's crazy is that if they were in some kind of cult, it's likely that there was like an adult involved. Somebody above Damien.
I'm very aware that he was in the Aleister Crowley and all that stuff. And I don't know a lot about him. I just know he was like into some weird things.
Well, it was just depravity, just a pure rebellion against God. Anything that you could do to disrespect God, that's what he was about. And that goes with these guys. That's what they were doing. Even the day of the murders, that's what they were. That's why they murdered these boys. That's kind of all they were doing, was following Aleister Crowley. They had been doing the rituals, the sex magic. They were doing all of these things. They were even being performing fellatio on each other. The only thing they could do next was actually murder young kids. That's all they had left. They just were doing it all. They were just going down the list of things that Aleister Crowley and what Satanism was, and some kind of weird sexual ritual is what they did. And look, it worked, right? They're free now. It worked. It got HBO involved. It got all of these sick satanic Hollywood types involved. That's black magic. That's what they did. It was a magical ceremony, and that's why they're free now. It worked.
Yeah, man, like I said,
You know what I mean? It worked.
if they really did do that, man, I'm telling you, that's a travesty that they would get out. I mean, it is. I mean, it's like you got all these famous people, you know, standing behind these kids.
Well, they're not standing behind them because they think they're innocent. They're standing behind them because they know that they're guilty, because they themselves have probably committed these same types of rituals. So therefore, that's the magic. The magic isn't like some kind of weird Disney
Man, I'm a
thing
huge
that comes
Pearl
sprinkling
Jam
out of the
fan.
scar. The magic is that they're all in on it like a secret society. That's the magic that nobody knows about, right? It's clandestine, it's esoteric.
I'm a huge Pearl Jam fan. Uh, super huge. Yeah, man, when I saw Eddie Vedder get behind him, I was like, man, all these famous people. I mean, I kind of jumped on board. You know what I mean? I was on board from day one.
Well,
I
that's
never
why
thought they
they're
did
there.
this.
That's why
But I
they're
never
there.
thought they did this. I'm like, man, there's no way these
But
three
they're getting
teenagers
involved to
went out
get.
there
I
and
love
did
Pearl
this.
Jam too, like Stone Temple Pilots, Alice in Chains. Like that's the shit I was listening to when it very first came out.
Me too, Suit. I was big
Like
in the
that's my
Seattle
shit.
sound.
Yeah, grunge,
Me too.
Nirvana. Like that's what I
Yeah,
was listening to as a young kid. 12 years old.
absolutely.
Getting ready.
Mhm.
That was what I was into. So I get it. Trust me.
You're a little younger, I think, than I am, but yeah, man, that's the stuff I was listening to when I was in my 20s and like 18, 19, like when I was getting ready to get out of the house. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to
Mm-hmm.
all that Seattle sound, Smashing Pumpkins. I mean,
Yep.
all this, all that stuff.
That was a great time for
Soundgarden.
music,
Don't
honestly.
forget about Soundgarden, brother.
Yeah, Soundgarden was
That's
amazing
the
too.
best band. That's the best band that
Cypress
ever
Hill
came
was
out
really big
there.
too right then at that point for me. Cypress Hill.
Oh yeah, Cypress Hill's big. Yeah, all those bands, man. That's what I'm saying. Seattle Sound. That was the shit.
Mm-hmm. It
When he
was
was
fun.
young. Yeah, it was. But when I saw Eddie Vedder like get behind him, I'm like, man, there's no way he would get behind these guys if they did it.
That's
You
why he
know,
got behind him. That's the reason that he look, that
I
was
don't
hit.
think Eddie Vedder
That's
would do some shit like
but
that, though,
that's the black
man.
magic. That's the magic. It's
I
not
don't
like
know.
it's not like some sprinkly stars that come down from the sky. It's other people who are involved in the occult stepping forward and doing their part. That's the magic for them. And that's what Eddie Vedder was doing. He was saying, if I step forward, there's going to be a huge chunk of people just like you who think exactly what you did, right? Like, ain't no way this motherfucker's going to get behind these people and then be guilty. So now you begin to support them. And then your support spreads to 10 people that are in your own family or in your inner
I was
circle.
already supporting them, though. That's the fucked up part. I was
Me
already
too.
thinking they wouldn't. I really did, man. I was like,
Yeah.
man, there's no. Man, even before this HBO shit came out,
No,
I
that's what
was
got it for
already
me.
thinking
That's
there's
how I
no
got
way.
into the case. I was going to college at the time. I was sitting in a
Yeah, when
class. I
that.
think it was like a critical thinking class, and it had just come out. And my professor was like, "We're going to watch this," and he's like, "I just want you guys to, just so you know, like it's very graphic." And the thing is you trust your professors and you trust these people, but that's just really depravity. The way that they displayed those young boys like that. I think any mature person should have access to crime scene photos, but I don't think it should just be thrown out there all willy nilly like that for any sick motherfucker to do what they want to do with it. I don't. I thought that was irresponsible from HBO, but that's also when
I
I
did too.
knew. But hold on, that's when I knew that they were in on the ritual. That was part of it. That they were in on it. They were celebrating it. That's when I knew what was going on.
Yeah, and I guess that Hobbs stepfather, I guess when he got with
Terry?
HBO or whatever. Huh?
Terry?
Yeah. I guess him and his family made a pact with HBO and they said they would not show that, giving them they had to write off on a lot of this stuff.
Well, there
You know
was
what
2
I'm saying?
documentaries, kind of like recently with Delphi. So there was a company that came through and made a documentary. It was pretty good, but their video of the crime scene, they kind of blurred it out. They blurred out all the the gory stuff. But when HBO came through and they got their hands on the video and they took control over it, they were like, "No, we're showing it all. We're playing fucking Metallica." Like it was just like this big ritual.
Yeah, and I guess Metallica gave them the rights to play the song, but not the rights to there was like a loophole in it or whatever.
Oh
The
no, they're
Metallica
all about it
really didn't
because
want.
there was like 4 songs that they used from Metallica throughout the documentary. That's what made the
Yeah,
documentary for me. Honestly,
that
I'm a
is.
huge
That's what drew me in.
I'm a huge Metallica fan.
And I am
So
too, sweet.
and also I was kind of like I was into gory shit too as a young person. I was like a what do they call that? Morbid curiosity. I was one of those dumb fucks, you know what I mean? When I was a young kid. Faces of death and all that. But I don't recommend that for anybody as a young person. Like,
Yeah,
don't.
see, I wasn't into all that stuff, but dude, I was a
Yeah.
huge Metallica fan. Trust me.
Yeah, I remember a girl that was a good friend of mine when I was in we called it junior high. And she's like, check out these tapes. And she had all these stacks of VHS tapes. Well, come to find out, a lot of that shit was fake now, but some of that shit was real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of stuff like that.
Hang on a second, man. I'll be right back.
GP, everyone is up late tonight. I just got up. Hope, Sleuth, Intuition, wife, and family are doing well. Yeah, doing wonderful. It's amazing to have some time to come hang out with you guys. Yeah. We actually had a doctor's appointment early today. But everything's great. Everything's looking good. Yeah, it's good to have a little bit of time with you guys. Some Friday night shenanigans. Scorpio, what up? What's going on with you, buddy?
All right, man, I'm back.
What up? What up?
Oh, not much. What I missed?
Scorpio is in the building.
Hey, Scorpio.
Even though he's a Gemini.
Oh, that's important.
So you changed your mind, huh? On the West Memphis 3. Let's talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah. The whole thing is like he knew who the kids were. Like when they was asking him, he was like, "Yeah, how the hell you gonna know who that kid was?" Like he knew kid for kid.
Yeah, the only things that he really got wrong
He
were
stuck
things
up.
like the
He
time.
stuck up. He stuck up for that one kid that and that's why I think he's the only one that had any goddamn remorse. He stuck up for that one kid.
Don't. Hey, he does not have any remorse. Trust me. All he's doing is what he thinks is best for him. And he's only leaving out the sick shit that he did. Trust me, he was just as involved as the other boys. Trust me. Trust me.
I
He's
agree
just
with you.
lying. I'm telling you, that's what psychopaths do. They tell the truth, but then they leave out anything that make them look sick. That's why when Brooks Howick was recently sentenced and Crystal Rogers' mother looked him in the eye, she was like engaging in psychological warfare. and it was fucking beautiful to watch it. The way that she was basically just calling him out as a psychopath, all of the things that would piss him off, based on his personality disorders, she was spitting at him like a fucking machine gun. It was amazing.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, you got to check it out. Go look at my last stream. Like right in the middle, we actually play the whole thing.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of your last stream, man. I was kind of like in and out. Been working.
Yeah, it was all over the place.
Yeah, it was. But man, I'm telling you, man, I just don't know about that West Memphis 3 case. This has got me like. You said you don't think Jesse has no remorse.
Mm-mm.
I thought he did. Like, I mean, not
Nope.
remorse, but like he was the only one that wanted to say, "Hey, man."
Well, if he knows they're guilty, why hasn't he come forward and been like, "I can't believe you guys set us free," like those guys did it. If he had any remorse, he would say something.
He was the only one that ain't never been interviewed.
Yeah, the only thing that happened to Jesse was he was kind of probably bullied by the investigators. They probably kind of leaned on him, and then whatever his perception of law enforcement, he just spilled his guts, like, I'll tell you what happened.
He wouldn't testify against them either. That's weird.
No, they wouldn't let him. He would have testified, but the judge, they separated the cases. They tried Jesse and Damien together, and they separated Jesse. So they wouldn't allow Jesse's testimony in Damien and Jason's
But they
case.
would allow him to testify, though.
No, not at all. For whatever reason, the judge threw that out. She wouldn't allow it.
Not his testimony. I'm talking about him testifying against them.
Yeah, for whatever reason, she would not allow any of that.
How in the hell you not gonna let him testify against him if he was there?
I think it has something to do with them being tried separately.
See, I ain't never heard that.
You got to think about it. You have to think about it this way. It's like two different stories. It's kind of like you have one version of events being tried over here that has nothing to do with the version of events with Jason and Damien. Like, they're innocent. Over here, Jesse's like, I'm guilty. So they don't want they want to be separated from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember watching that damn clip of fucking Damien where he was like, and I still thought they was innocent. I thought, man, yes. He said, man, I knew when I was a little kid, I knew I was going to grow up, and I was going to be remembered for something. And he goes, I'm like the little boogeyman. Little kids gonna be looking underneath their beds at night. Man,
Damien might be under there.
Creepy. That's creepy, dude. Who says that?
Creepy. A killer. And remember, he kind of whored himself out during prison too. Midway through, they went to interview him, and he had like long fingernails and long hair, and it kind of matches up with what Jesse was saying. Like, him and Jason were like being kind of they were like sucking each other off or whatever. So that kind of goes with him being turned out in prison. A little bit about halfway during his term, you can see he has long hair, long fingernails, and I think he even mentioned something about being raped.
Yeah, man, but that whole video of him saying that, I was like, man, even when I thought they were innocent, I still wanted to believe in it. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, I'm just trying to put myself in that position and I know you say you can't, put yourself.
No, what got me was because when I was a teenager, I was actually into Aleister Crowley. I was reading books about Freemasonry and the Illuminati, and I was like I was really into the occult back then. That's when I was watching Alex Jones. Like, nobody knew who the fuck Alex Jones was. Like, I was watching it because I thought it was like esoteric or whatever. So when whatever happened to the Memphis Three, I thought they were being bullied. I was like, hey, sometimes I look into this shit. What if this happened to me? But come to find out, like when you listen to Jesse's confession, it's just so detailed. He's talking about this cult and the sacrificing of animals, and he's kind of laying out this progression into humans. And I know it kind of sounds like the Odinism thing, but I feel like that's where they got this from. If you look at the Delphi case and what Richard Allen's defense team did, they basically just kind of went over here to West Memphis 3 and took it out of this playbook.
Do you think that do you think Damien was molesting Jason and maybe Jesse too?
Yeah, but I also think there was an older adult.
The only reason why I'm saying that, Sleuth, is because he had to have some kind of hold over those kids to do this. You know what I mean? Like they
Well, it's
were into
grooming.
some.
Well, look,
Yeah, they
it's
were into,
grooming.
yeah.
It probably Damien was probably molested. Somebody showed him this. This is the only reason why I entertain the idea of like a Terry Hobbs, and it doesn't even have to be Terry. It could be somebody similar to Terry, who is really in control of this cult, right? Don't you dare mention my name. If anybody talks about my name, like I'm in control of this or whatever, just grooming everybody while remaining in the shadows. That shit really happens. I've seen it. It's real.
I know, man. That's what I'm saying. It's like, dude, there was this kid in my neighborhood. He was doing some weird stuff, and everybody knows it. They don't talk about it, but that's what I'm saying. It's like I can almost like once I kind of started thinking maybe they did do it. I kind of took myself back to those times when I was a kid. Like I know you said these ain't kids, but
No,
when I
you're
was in
doing
that,
what you need to do because that's how victimology and criminology works. Victimology is you're putting yourself in the victim's shoes. Criminology is you're putting yourself in the killer's shoes.
yeah, man, but I was like looking back at it and I was like, I remember this kid and I was like thinking about the things that he was doing. And I'm like, man, maybe this could be possible that these three kids really, like, I don't know, went overboard or
No, let me
something
tell you a story.
happened.
This is anecdotal, but I was the same age as these boys, even younger, way younger. In the middle of the city, West Mesa, Arizona to be exact. Young kid, surrounded by a bunch of hooligans. So a bunch of my friends dragged another one of my friends up this hill and convinced him to allow them to tie him up in a certain position. And then once they had him hanging by his hands, they wrapped his hands. I didn't witness any of this. At this point, me and my younger brother had left, but we knew that there was some foul shit going on. So we went to go check on later. And when we went to check later with our friend, come to find out, he had been left hanging there for like a couple of hours, just dangling there from a tree. Yeah, he had all his arms got all fucked up. He had to go to the emergency room. And that could have easily have been like a homicide, you know what I mean? If they would have just decided like not only are we going to torture him, we're just going to kill
him. Yeah.
I mean, what separates it? It's very close, right? Torture to murder. What's the difference? Like fuck.
Man, we used to have this dude that would roll through the creek, through the neighborhood. I lived in like a
What's up, Sparky?
it's like a circle neighborhood. You drove straight down and
cul-de-sac.
circled around, and
Like
then you came
cul-de-sac?
out.
Yeah, cul-de-sac.
Yeah, a little cul-de-sac.
Yeah, I live in a cul-de-sac.
I didn't know if that was a term for it, so I didn't want to say that. But
cul-de-sac.
That's where I lived at, and we had
Good
a neighborhood
times.
behind us. We had a neighborhood behind us, and we were in the newer neighborhood. The neighborhood behind us was kind of like the old neighborhood, but they was hooked together to where you could travel through both. Okay. Man, we had this guy just show up out of the blue.
Creepy.
No, listen, a nice ass Nova, dude. I mean, it was purple. I mean, this thing was, it was nice, nice stereo system. And I'm like 15, 14 at the time. And this dude just shows up out of nowhere. And he's got all these little Smurfs and shit on his dashboard. No, this is back. Dude, I'm old. So this is like 30 years ago. He's got all these little Smurf things on his dash. He named himself Cool Ron. And everybody just thought he was like the greatest dude. He would show up and play basketball with us and all that stuff. And he was probably like 19, 20. And back then, nobody really thought much about it. Man, that dude was a damn pedophile. He was just there to molest kids.
Grooming
and a couple
and shit.
kids. Yeah, man. And it's like, and I think about that. It's like, man, sometimes
It sucks because you don't really see it until later on in life.
No, I didn't, dude, for a long time. And it's
Yeah,
like,
me neither.
back on it, I'm like, man, he was molesting some kids. It's crazy. But back then, man, Sloot, you didn't think that much about, I mean, I guess we were all just naive, but you didn't think that there was some guy who was just going to be nice to every kid in the neighborhood and everybody liked him. And he had his motives. He had his motives.
That's why I don't really trust ice cream men. What do you think about the ice cream man?
Oh, shit. They're probably the biggest pedophiles out there. That's
right?
what
Check
he
the
reminded
floorboards,
me.
right? Check the floorboards is what I say.
That's what he reminded me of, Sloot.
With that music, ding, 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 going down the neighborhood like the Pied Piper and shit. What was that? That's weird.
Yeah, Sloot, I'm telling you, man. I wish I would know this guy's real name because I guarantee you, he's probably in prison for some nasty shit.
Yeah, probably. Trust your gut.
You don't show up to some neighborhood and just start, But I never thought much about it back then. And my dad always told me, he's like, stay away from him. He's bad news.
But you never really knew why, huh? You're like, I don't know what that means, but he's bad news.
I didn't, but my dad, he just had a bad, and my dad never really said much about anybody, but he was like, stay away from that guy. He was like, man, he's, there's no good. But I didn't, we all hung around him, thought he was great. He'd go to the skate land where we would skate at. He would show up.
I used to love skate land.
Yeah, he would show up at the skate land where all of us kids were hanging out. And, I mean, dude, people don't do that shit no more like they did back then. But I'm saying back then, we all went to the skate park. We would be skating, whatever, and this guy would show up in his nice. Dude, this Nova was nice, man, Sloot. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He had a nice ride.
It was nice for a reason.
He had all these little Smurf things on his dashboard. And it was
yeah.
You didn't think nothing about it back then.
Smurfs were the shit. Smurfs were the shit.
You didn't think nothing about it back then, though, man. But I'm telling you, that dude was a pedophile in the dark, dude. I'm telling you. He ended up moving in with some one of my kids, not my kids, but one of the friends that I knew. His kid was good friends with him, and he was, I guess he came up homeless. They let him move in there.
Yikes. You know what that is? That's sounds like a psychopath, like a parasitic lifestyle.
Yeah.
Take heed. Caution. Red flag.
Yeah, I don't mean to be going on about Cool Ron. His name was Cool. Hey.
Yeah, that's a good example, man.
Sloot. Anybody that has a name Cool Ron.
Some Smurfs
better be
shit.
Fucking weird, yeah.
He might have got me with them Ninja Turtles. I don't know about the Smurfs though, but I was into Ninja Turtles. He might have got me.
Yeah, he was a cool dude though. You never thought it, you know? He played basketball with us and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what he was looking for? He was looking for the one whose parents were weak.
But we never seen this dude from Adam. He just like showed up. It
Yeah,
was
he's
so
just hanging
weird.
around. He's being friends with everybody, but what he's really looking for
Yeah.
is like, who's the child who lives with the grandparents? Who's the kid who's in the foster home? Who's the kid whose parents showed up late and are all they're addicted to drugs, some
And
kind of
you know
broken
what's funny?
home, and then
That
that's
you
who they
said that
target.
the people that let him move in with them, they fostered childs.
There you go, buddy.
I swear, dude. I'm not
Who's
even
sleuth
lying to
intuition?
you.
Who's I'm the sleuth intuition over here.
Dude, I
The
promise
gut.
you. They had a couple kids that lived with them that were foster childs.
Yeah, don't ever fucking
And they
trust
let
those
him
people.
move in there
There you
with
go.
them.
Well,
I
he
was like,
targeted that. That's why he targeted it.
man, I don't ever know what come about it. Back then, dude, you could do nasty shit and nobody gave a fuck. Cops didn't come,
Well, I
or
mean,
they might come.
there's cases of people who aren't even a relationship. They just purchase a home. It's a single male, and then they're able to adopt like young children. And then once they adopt the children, they begin raping them on film on the dark web and selling it to people like Kagan Klein.
Yeah.
They're able to do that.
Well, I believe it. See,
With
back
all of
then,
with everything that we know about the NSA and what Edward Snowden told us about the surveillance state, how is this allowed to happen? Doesn't make any sense.
yeah, I think the internet's been good and bad, man. It's caught a lot of bad people from doing a lot of bad stuff.
Not enough. Not enough.
No, not nearly enough.
No, not enough.
I think they're working on it though. I think they are.
I don't
I
know.
think it's good. I think people like me and you that are out there and people that are actually caring are doing more than the police department. You see what I'm saying? Like, man, there's a couple of groups in Indianapolis, man, and they go after those predators, man. They'll meet them up at Walmart,
Oh,
CVS,
set them up
McDonald's.
and then smack the
Them
shit
up,
out of them.
dude. Yes,
I love that.
I do too, man. That's how you gotta catch them because the cops don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
You think it's enough? I feel like that's probably the only way to do it.
Well, that's what's happening. It's like the community's just taking it in their own hands, and you have to because the cops don't have enough money to do all that.
No, honestly, that is the American way. Like that's what the United States of America is basically all about. You can't just depend on your government. Like it's a lot of it has to do with
Street
us.
justice, man.
Yeah, I mean it's not street
Sometimes you gotta,
justice, but we have to get
yeah,
involved. Like we have to point the finger. We have to collect the evidence. We have to document the situation, and then if
yeah,
we want to get it prosecuted, then we have to go through, of course, the system. But a big part of it is us. Like we have to step up and stop relying on these people. We have to do something. We have to take action. The private
yeah.
sector.
I agree.
But
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, some of these people out here, man, they're just going off the chain. Some of this kid stuff, man. I mean, like, I watch some of these videos. I'm like, man, it's just, it's kind of sickening. You watch the guys with families trying to meet little 12-year-old kids. It's like, what the fuck? Sleuth, I just don't understand it. You know what I mean? I don't.
If you want my honest answer, it's the lack of God.
That might be
Sorry.
true.
Sorry, that's the answer. That's my answer. When you have the lack of God, this is what you get. The absence of God.
Do kids even still sing the Pledge of Allegiance at the beginning of the day?
Yeah, the school that my kids go to, it does. They do.
Yeah, I hope so, man.
That's why they go to that school.
Because I'm gonna tell you, man, you're right, man. It's like everybody's just gotten away from just belief in
Well,
religion.
when you don't believe in God, and I don't care about religion, but when you don't believe in God, let's say you're agnostic or atheist, then you have no moral foundation. You know, that means that even things like the Holocaust really shouldn't even matter to you, right? It's the belief in God and that eternity, that eternal heaven or hell. That's what gives people kind of a compass. Without that, they're lost and they start doing a lot of sick shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd highly recommend you watch that. I mean, you already got your mind set up, so you know they did it. But man,
I mean, I don't know 100%. I'm just looking at the evidence. Um, I just don't see Jesse saying what he said, like all that detail. It's just bizarre.
yeah,
He must have to be like hiding in plain sight, like acting like he's completely retarded or something, and really he's not. There's no way that he's completely low IQ and then able to concoct such a narrative. It just doesn't make sense. Both things cannot be true. But the way he gave all that detail, he talked about how Jesse and Jason were kind of hanging out, swimming in the water, right? Remember how it had flooded that little area? And they were hanging out there, swimming in the water and going underneath the water, performing fellatio on each other. Like that's extreme detail. And the reason they're doing that is it's all part of this, in my opinion, cult. It's part of their cult behavior. They're just continuing on with what they were doing in the cult. You know, killing animals, worshiping the devil, trying to get their hands on any drugs. They're not. I don't believe they were homosexual. They're just being bisexual by choice. So that's the way I feel about it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Anthony, thanks for calling in. Scorpio, Sparky, Boston. GP. Thanks again, Anthony. Great call, as always. Never a Believer, Big Fish, Hiawatha. Thank you guys so much. And I will catch you on the next one. Replay crew, you know exactly what to do. Drop a comment and we'll get back to you. Peace.